get some warmth. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your host with the mostest, Marky Saint. This is Saint Addiction, aka Mostly Saints, and every morning I am blessed to be alive. It's simple put, just like that. I'm blessed to be alive. I'm blessed to be able to live my life, and I try to share. No, I don't try. I share these moments with people because I wanted to influence, right? As the people call themselves influencers. I wanted to influence education, right? Like I wanted people to dig themselves out of their own holes, derive value from their life, right? Obtain it and concentrate on it enough for it to make a significant change in their life. Leg out, Saints Addiction, Mostly Saints. Here we go. Boom. So, it's not easy when you're out there in the world being your sleazy Japanesey self, not that the Japanese are sleazy, but when you're being sleazy, when you're not doing yourself right. And last night I went out on First Friday. That's Little Cannon, by the way, shirts for babies. Leg out. Motivated juice, leg out. And I already had the motivated blunt this morning, so I'm gonna just get into it. The reason Cannon is the photo is not only was this his first Friday, because he's a brand new baby and shirts for babies, and I love my adopted family, more family. It was what people are chasing, right? When you're out there looking to obtain happiness or looking to obtain status or trying to impress, right? You reach out into this world of energy, and what we seek, we will find. People are going to find their favorite watering hole. They're going to go find where all the girls are. We are very mammal like that, to be like, we're the best fruit at the top of the tree, not the bottom. You don't want to get low-hanging fruit. You definitely don't want to be getting water from the Snap Crocodile pond that's out there in the Serengeti. We are a lot like the Serengeti and the African plains on trying to adapt and overcome our strategies. And as I watched people, and there was like at least 20,000 people down there last night, everybody's out there looking for something. Maybe you're looking for attention. Next thing you know, you're only 15 years old dressing really slutty. If I was out of high school, and I live in Las Vegas and I can't do anything that's fun unless I'm 21, well, guess what? I'm probably going to be out at First Friday dressing like a slut and trying to get as much action as I possibly can. And I did that as a kid, right? So, when we are seeking things, be clever about what you seek. This is super dope. These kids are playing football on a Saturday. How awesome is that? They're running plays. I never see that. I thought it was a Frisbee at first. How fucking cool is this? Let's go. Ready, set, hey, look, jump. All exercise. Look, he got it, bro. He got it. That was clean. I gotta get this plastic pocket challenge, y'all. Look, it's only 5 yards away. Motherfuckers can't even pick themselves up. Get it, catch it. Yes. Plastic pocket challenge. So, when we start seeking, it was this idea from last Halloween about 5 years ago. I had this ketamine idea where all of us are showing up as avatars, right? We're all showing up as the fake self, the Carl Jung mask that we want to wear, that we show the outside world. There's 3 masks: the ones we show ourselves, the one we show our friends and family, and the one we show the outside world. And look at him hiking it. Bam, bam, get it up. Ow. Da-da. Nice comeback, And for us to be able to have some sort of idea why we're chasing the things that we're chasing, the value that we perceive to put in front of us is really what's happening. Steve, what's up, bro? I see you, H-I-G-H, bro. You got to say hi with a G-H, man. With a capital G-H, because we're going to stay high. We're going to be toking this Roken. It's my man out here out of Miami, and he's my Mark Echo Connect. He's going to make sure that I get this meeting, so interview with Mark Echo, and hit 10,000 subs. That would be dope. So yeah, when you're deriving value from it, he derives value from his daughter, right? This guy over here, deriving value from his daughter, and as I bought pizza for the Moore family, I derived value from pizza like I've never had from pizza before. Just the little girls coming up, I'm sure this brightens his day. Like, hi, that's awesome, bro. Yeah, you know. Do you think he's hanging out on a Saturday morning at the park because it's full of girls? It's full of one little girl, and it's lighting up his life, bro. And to watch these little girls go, you know, Uncle Saint or whatever they call me, mock, trying to say, I want 2 slices. And she stood there. KK was like, yo, I can eat 2 slices. I promise you. And just her whole attitude and energy of somebody like 100%, I can smash 2, make sure I get 2 slices, this is a 10-year-old, bro. And for her, the joy of just being out and getting the candy, and they hosed me on the candy. They charged me $16 for 4 little candies, but we're gonna fix that. But to see the value that is perceived from the things that we need. We need attention, we need love, we need space, we need light to grow as human beings. That's no doubt about it. But the way you derive, that's the word, to obtain that kind of source of light, it's coming from family, it's coming from people, it's coming from love. And if you try to get it from somebody that's only lurking at you because you're wearing certain clothes, or you're doing it because of peer pressure because all your friends are doing it, or you don't know how to get it from your own inner source, so you seek it through outside validation or substances. This is why I'm talking about balancing Saint's addiction. It was just like, that wasn't valuable. I too want to have a blast like you. I want to blast off into the stratosphere, right up to the sun. The point being is we're gonna eventually have to land, bro. It's like anybody else. We like to blast off, but we didn't plan much for landing. You know what I mean? Entrepreneurs are people that jump out of planes and build parachutes as they land. And for the most of us, or anybody that's ever expanded or experienced anything, like my buddies last night, they're running around drunk, hitting on all the chicks, and how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? You're making them feel uncomfortable. You're not even remember the conversation. You must have done it to 10 different girls, and now you have to wake up this morning hungover, more lonely than you started, and everything you wanted was just some female connection. All these guys were getting wasted and go, man, I just want some chicks, man. I just want some chicks. And I'm like, do you really want chicks? Because if your reason why to do something, right, is big enough, your W is big enough, then why weren't you working out this week, right? If you really wanted chicks, why didn't you get sober, right? Like, we're all showing up, again, with that fake mask. We're all showing up with the second mask that we want everyone to see because we're too afraid to have people see what we really are and what we can be. You know what I mean? It's one of these things. And that's what it is, bro. Life is unfair sometimes. It's not like all of us are putting in the same amount of effort. It's not like all of us are aware of our energy and the energy that we give off. We are literally seeking something we think has value, right? Like your last purchase in Amazon, or the time you wanted to rent something at Redbox. It's worth just $1 now. Redbox is going out of business. We perceived it to have value till all of a sudden there's free streaming, right? We give ourselves all this energy to make all this money and quickly give it over emotionally. And that was like what was triggering me. Is like, if your emotions are in alignment, then you're going to chase the things that give you real value, right? Like, you're not going to go chase fool's gold, right? Like a cocaine high, because it's going to leave you. It's going to leave you broke. It's going to leave you less. And you thought that it was going to make you happy. The inequality of this exchange, that equation is off. And that's why if it worked, it would still be going. And I was watching an episode, I don't remember who was in it. It was one of the comedians, his name's Seagrams or something, and he quit drinking. And they're talking about how the Gen Zs have quit drinking. They started to smoke more weed. And they're looking at their parents like, oh, that's my dad. That's some lame ass shit, watching the hangovers and the loss in income and the abuse and the beatings, right? I'm sure you all know, right? And we all know, and to say that looks stupid, right? Gen Z is looking at the elderly and the generations back and going, that looks retarded. And now you're on some, okay, well, how am I going to spend my time? Well, if somebody was to sit at home alone and drink, we would say that would be a loser, right? Like you're spiraling or something. And then the person that sits at home and smokes weed all day is comfortable. And this is why I started joining Weed Club. I couldn't get people out of the house. They make these little, I'm trying to move my butt down, but like a hamster, they make these little nests of comfortability that you can't get a stoner out of. And I'm like, I want to meet other stoners. I want to smoke weed with other stoners. I want to engage. I like talking. It's my favorite form of communication, obviously. And there's no one to talk to. So you can smoke a bowl and talk to yourself, and you can drink and talk to yourself. Both activities aren't pulling the best out of yourself. The value isn't there. The feeling is there because it'll give you a quick release, like a snort or an injection or a swallow. It'll give you those endorphins that you're seeking. The trouble is, hear me out for Saints Addiction, is it doesn't last. The thing is, it doesn't work. So I would tell you, don't put diesel in that gasoline engine, right? This is what it's like. It's like poison. You're putting in this, what's the best kind of fuel? What's the fuel? Well, I'm saying it backwards. I'm almost giving you the answer, but what kind of fuel do you put in a Ferrari? The best kind. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's like when we give ourselves value, right? The best kind of value I derived was from the children getting to eat the pizza and then being safe when they're walking. And then they go coloring on the Verizon board and they're happy and they're talking shit to me and they're walking around and they're growing up, and you're just like, I got a sense of value. Now, I was a guy that was without a family for an hour there beforehand, and it was just like, it's all Serengeti out there, right? Now I'm a wild animal. Now I'm looking for strange, and now I have to mate, and now I got to procreate and find somebody that I can associate with, right? Lonely world. No wonder why us as human beings gravitated towards each other. We grow better in groups, and that's just the way our genetics made it. They were like, look, we need each other, man and woman. We need this co-symbionts and this energy and this spirituality to derive our own happiness, right? Like if I was just like you know what I mean? I need this ball to make it to make it shine within me. Now, if I try to do it through beer, or I try to do it through heroin, or I try to do it through cocaine, I'm in a bad way, because it's going to mimic these things to my brain, but they're not there. When you get sober, all the hookers disappear. Hookers and blow, they don't really love you. And this is one of my favorite scenes with Jeremy Piven when they were doing that movie, Smoking Aces, I think it is. And he's like, all right, bitches, get up, get out of here. We done the damn thing. Now, you looking like, you went from looking like Halle Berry to Bigfoot. Get time to go, bitches. You know, we did the damn thing. And that's us trying to do the damn thing to the next height of our thing, and to mimic it in our brain and to make it feel the same. And I'm trying to say this comes effortlessly through children, their light of life. You know what I mean? I always feel that connection with children. And it's less about drunk conversations with girls outside of bars. That didn't feel like there was a lot of light of life there. It didn't look like their eyes lit up or their soul were actually happy, you know, and the kids are thanking you, you know, like, I really appreciate it. No, I really do. And you're just like, my friend, if you bought him a beer, he would just be like, thanks, bro. Did you get the same amount of appreciation from the same sources? I doubt it. Let's bless up. Token of Roken, mention Saints Addiction for 15% off. Where's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? There we go. Blue light special. Hell yeah. Steve, I had one for you, but you didn't show up for First Friday. What's your excuse? Dude, you are so right. Yeah, I mean, shirts for dads, I can see it in your eyes, you know, and you could put easily your friends right next to you in the seats at the Miami game, but it wouldn't feel the same. And now we're having this conversation in a deep way where you're like, Derive, where do I obtain happiness? Is my go-to the bar? You know what I mean? Or am I doing gyms over bars, which is a mostly Saint shirt? You know, is mine nature or TV? Do I try to nurture myself through nature, or do I escape and turn this TV off, turn this TV off, bro? And a lot of that is hard for us to do. The phone is a TV. People don't talk about it, but it literally jumped off the wall and got in our hands. And now we watch this thing and we obtain, I keep using the word derive because it's a better word and it's intellectual and it's the word that I wanted to use today. And I was like, do people have enough education to know the word derive? Obtain, look it up on dictionary.com. Where am I obtaining my energy from? Yes, blessed, bro. Where am I obtaining my energy from? Is it from the sun? Then I'm winning, because then it gives me naturally serotonin. It goes through my melatonin. It gives me serotonin and gives me the uptake in my brain that doesn't make me feel lonely, so I don't have to chase other fictitious things. It's a replace, not a chase. You want to be able to give your brain the chemistry and the chemicals and the mix, the right mix, to get you to that level. That you've been working out all day and that you feel strong and that you just in a gregarious mood and you're flowing and you're happy and the kids are around you and you're ready to talk to anybody without any fear or hesitation. That's in you. But you didn't want to develop it. You probably wanted to suppress it, probably with weed, and just sit there all day, right? How are you going to be so chatty if you didn't get out and get social? They tell you all the time to just get up and do something, right? To energy, motion creates emotion, right? So if you start chopping it up with the security guard, start chopping it up before the bartender, make small talk with people at the bar, break that shell open, because now all of a sudden, the person that who you are wants to come out, but then your ego might come out, your fear might come out, and then you cover up what was really inside. That's what's scary. It's like you don't want to be, you're afraid that the other person is going to judge you, flip out on you, do things like that. And in that hesitation, that Machiavellian, the switch that we put in our brain, we now make decisions based off of reactions and emotions versus concentration and decision. That would be nice to be able to say that I have enough wherewithal in my body. I have enough self-control in this vessel to say, I'm getting my values from different sources, bro. I'm picking up at top of the tree for the fruit. I'm getting it from my community. I'm getting it from my friendships. I'm getting it from my family. And that's been such a change for me. Mary Jane might be here, but Jack Daniels wants to leave. And now with the advent of Instagram, it's even more of a responsibility. You know, all these athletes that were saying in 2002 could get away with it, crush girls' dreams, you know. But now that there's an internet and now that there's a social media, you can reflect back on something that you used to be able to deny. You used to be like, that wasn't me at the bar, bro. And they're like, bro, you're going viral right now. That is you. You're wearing the same shirt right now. And now there's exact representation in front of you of your own acts, your own behavior. And that's the thing that we don't want to see. We're blinded by the light. We don't want to see our behavior. We don't want to see the forest through the trees. No way, dude. It's much more easier to live in bliss. You know, ignorance is bliss. Because you got nothing to work on, right? You're perfect. Just you. Just your God, not the other 3,000 gods, right? Well, let's do something godly and get in ourselves and say to ourselves, what is our values? And I'm not talking about a gold cow. I'm not talking about a religious book. I'm talking about you as a human being. As you go out into this world, do you go over and get beer, wine, and gambling, like it says on the side of the building? That's a sure sign. I said it yesterday. Finish the sentence. They're not just saying, what's on the edge of this thing? Well, this one says Red Dragon, but like there's a Shell 7-Eleven or something. It's not saying 7-Eleven. What it's saying is 24/7 convenience. You read it wrong. You know, it's not saying Coca-Cola. It's saying sugar high. It's not saying ice cream. It's saying sugar addiction. The things that we look for, and we are out there. I can look at your bank account because you'll give all your life's energy and money and spirit to these things and go, that's the thing. You'll do it, bro. You'll be like, that's the thing. That's the thing that I derive my value from. And mine used to be, being honest, was a shot of Patron Silver. Not joking, right? Chilled, right, with salt on the rim, with the Corona and lime, and a couple lines of Coke. And I thought I was mint. I thought I was tits, bro. I thought I was so happy. I was like, bet this is gonna be some bitches. I'm gonna snort some fucking cocaine off their pussy. I'm gonna fucking get hammered and have no fear. Then I'll be dancing on the dance floor. Then I'll be laughing. And it turned out it just made me more emotional. I was like listening to people, but they weren't listening to me. You know what I mean? Like, we're playing Machiavellian techniques. Like, oh, she just touched me, I'm gonna touch her. You know, in my head, it was less spiritual and more what's the word that I want to say? More scientific, right? It was less organic and more panic. It was just a different vibe. And this is why we're always talking about vibe, or our vibe attracts our tribe. That's exactly what you want. You want to be reverberating a certain frequency that says, I have aptitude and I have self-control and I'm about my life, you know? Plastic pocket challenge. Yeah, you can see when they come and party. It's all good though. We'll pick it up. But will we be able to pick it up? Will we be able to sense ourselves and be like, oh, you're doing it again. You're people pleasing, or you're capitulating, or you're just trying to do that so people will find you, or you hope that you're only laughing at that joke because you hope that person will view you better. And we'll do that all the time. All the time. We'll change our colors like a chameleon. And I'm here to say, find what you derive your values from. This is more of a morality, character, chin check than anything. Is go like, well, I can tell you your conclusions by looking at your choices. That's it. I can see what is going to happen for you by what you're going to do. And that's why change is not only inevitable, but such a powerful force, is because now that's the secret sauce. That's what you did differently so you could get different results. That's it. You know what I mean? Everyone else wants to sit there and go, okay, I want to have the same wheels to win the race. And I'm just like, nah, bro, how fast can you change a tire? You know, you're looking at, what is it, Formula One, or what are these other guys when they go so fast? Yeah, bro, you're like, they changing it in 2.3 seconds, 4.4 seconds. Can you change your move that fast? Probably not. Drugs will. You know what I mean? Give me a shot. You know what I mean? We want to be so fast away from the way that we are. You know, we're trying to cover it up so quickly by purchasing or hindering or swallowing, whatever the fuck it is, instead of being our true, shiny, and amazing selves and empowered. We get scared. We let fear take over. We let our ego take over. And then next thing you know, we're stuck in the same scenario. And it only because of your values. Like you chasing things like a car because you want the girl. You're not finishing the sentence. You know what I mean? Or maybe you're chasing a BBL because you want the boy. And both of them miss the target. It's so weird. The guy's always like, when I get the car, more guys hit on me. Nice car, bro. Like me, when I got my beard long, more dudes than anything were like, nice beard, bro. And I'm like, I wanted chicks. You know what I mean? The real truth of it, right? You know, girls too. You know, BBL, you don't want those type of dudes. And that's it. You're trying to get this Prince Charming, and you're gonna get Prince Alarming. Like, you know what I mean? So we are using the wrong bait on ourselves. And it's just weird to me that, like, when you see people do it, the things you want, I promise you this, what I got can't be bought. The things I want have to be earned, and they're not on a shelf. So the things you really want, like real love, that's not on a shelf. Trust, can't buy trust, right? You can buy lust, but you can't buy trust. What else can you buy? You could buy a distraction, but you can't buy concentration, right? You know what I mean? They're trying to sell it to you. What's it called? 5-hour energy or 5-hour focus? I don't know. What is the other stuff called with the kids at the thing? What's it called? Not ambient. What is it called? Bro, I got Adderall on me right now. This kid, so funny. One kid came to a party and said that, and we all just died laughing. Everybody's pretty much on acid, and this kid's talking about Adderall. Different vibe, bro. Different vibe. Nobody here is trying to do their homework. We were trying to fucking melt our tits off. And that's it, bro. You know? We go out into these deserts and get around people that like to be naked and wear weird outfits and do Burning Man shit and do psychedelics and ketamines and LSDs and mushrooms. And I had my mushroom hoodie on me and everybody was giving me compliments, and that was cool. But is that where I derive my value? From drunk dudes to go, man, this is really cool, and they'll forget and not actually follow my Instagram? Right. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to look at your bait. You're going to look at how you bait yourself. And then if you're really waiting to the end, ask how you obtain value. You know what I mean? Are you trying to say, oh, my values come from money, and as long as I'm making money, everything's straight, and that's it? Bro, I got news for you. Money ain't gonna buy you health. That's not on the shelf either, bro. There's an elf on the shelf, but there's no health on the shelf. And time too. Try go buying time on the shelf, bro. I dare you. Triple dog dare you. It ain't there, bro. So as the rest of us know, right? You know, you've got 1,000 problems, mate. I got a problem. You got a problem. Go into a children's hospital. They got problems. You know, go to that hospital, bro. Be 4 years old with leukemia, homie. I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to hear it. And that's what ends up happening, is that we fear it, we ego it, and we try to trip ourselves into, well, sink our teeth into shit. Or, you know what? As long as I lose this weight, everything's gonna be all right. Meanwhile, you're and I did this myself, throwing up and using, gagging myself and purging and hurting my own teeth and stunning my growth. You know, God knows I wish I fucking didn't do that in high school in my biggest growth period. And now I'm stuck here at 5'7". I wanted to be a wrestler so bad, and a state championship wrestler. I put my teeth into that, and I sacrificed my health, my growth, my height, and Lord knows what else, you know? We capitulate. We make bad deals. We just don't know how to negotiate with ourselves. And that's why we have to have this conversation, you know, every morning, you know, getting right with ourselves, you know, LVOG baby, straight out of Vegas, you know, LasVegasOriginal.com. I had to get right with myself. Growing up here, I could just see that the forest through the trees, that this was somebody's Wednesday, bro. Somebody was partying. I remember this Chinese dude used to come in and take up this whole room at the top of Caesars. And I mean, all the cocaine, all the hookers, everything you could ever want. And it was just like, it's Wednesday, bro. It's fucking Wednesday. Today's Saturday, but I'm just saying, like, when we were partying, it was just like a regular ass Tuesday, regular schmegler ass Tuesday, Wednesday, and everybody's losing their weeks. They're losing their minds. And we don't mind, because our mind is saying, hey, just alleviate the pain, right? Make it go away. And I'm telling you, the way I made it go away, I came outside. We outside. The wind, the fresh air. It just started to go away. And then I kept exercising. And every time I thought about my ex, I went for a run, or I worked on my business, and I turned my pain into fuel. And I was just like, nuh-uh, bitch, you ain't gonna just sit here and hurt me at the side of the, where was I at? The side of the river or something. You know, I'm gonna get up and run next to the river. You know, I'm gonna buy another domain instead of a beer. You know, I own 105 domain names, bro. Over 100 domain names. At one time, it was 420. But guess what? It lasts way longer than your beer, bro. My domain name is the same price as your beer, but now mine lasts for a year. And yours might last for 30 seconds. Someone bounces into you, drop it on the ground, or it got warm in 30 minutes. Like 30 seconds to 30 minutes is the value of a beer. 4 to 6 hours is the value of a night out to get buzzed. You only get 4 hours to get fucking lit and get your tits and rocks off. Guess what? 24 hours to 48 hours, you just cashed in your health, your hydration, and your concentration, because now you're gonna have a fucking hangover, and you're gonna have to fucking process that and get rid of it, so that way you can be a decent human being again. And it becomes cyclical. And this is why I called it Saints Addiction, because I had to choose better habits, bro. I had to get better results, and honestly, I feel better. I just don't know what else to tell you. I'm not trying to get over First Friday. First Friday was great, and I'm healthy, and I'm standing and still strong, bro. I don't have to undo what I did to myself. Boom, baby, boom, right here. Halo and horns. Get that like and subscribe button out. You already know that's your boy Saint. Saints Addiction, mostly Saints, Las Vegas Original. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of your fears, the other side of your fucking excuses. and the other side of the world, because that's where I'll be, bro. Being my badass self, Willie steaming, beaming, and making it happen. Because the rest of the shit just didn't work. I would tell you. I would be like, oh, there's this ginkgo biloba, and it works so well, and it'll answer all your, not one substance, not one pill, not one thing, but change. That's gonna be your medicine. Let it grow inside you. Peace. I'll see you on the other side. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Whew. I love my